What's up? It's Carcino here. Welcome to One Crack News. Let's talk about it. The rates and the numbers are out in the census polls for dealing with our situation and epidemic that's flying around is the lack of being involved with your own families, and that rate is growing. And people be like, yo, I got two baby mamas, I got three baby mamas, and the problem is okay, you want to have all these baby mamas, but why are you not present in your children's lives? That number is very high in African American community. Each year it is higher. In 2018 was the highest it has been. That's alarming. Way to go, Chris. I applaud that. You can have as many baby moms as you want, but your children are your children. They're your kids just as much as they're hers. So why are you not spending time with your children or doing things with your kids when everything behind you is telling you that it's very viable for you to do? That your lack of being with your children is going to lead them to a life of disaster. Okay, there's plenty of women that get the child support. Okay, they getting the child support money, they getting this, they getting that, but they father are still in their kid's life. You know, that's another thing. Now, this next generation, it might be a little bit better. I'm seeing a lot of the younger and more of the younger people, they're being more involved with their kids. As far as the young black males, they're more involved with their children. So I think by next year, 2019, I think that cycle will kind of go down some. It's you 30-year-olds. You 30-year-olds out of control. You are just baby 30s, late 20s. Y'all out of control. That's true, Marcus. A lot of these black men that were growing up didn't have a lot of father figures around to show them how to be men to do this. They grew up in a household probably full of women. I know a situation in which a woman had a chance to work with her baby father, but she grew up in a household full of baby mothers. Her grandma was a baby mama. Her mama was a baby mama. You know, her grandma was like, never saw her grandfather. Then her mother never saw, her father. So she ended up doing the same thing when she had somebody who was trying to be there. She didn't know how to be there. She was told, men ain't nothing. Get your money. So that's what she went for. Men ain't nothing. Get your money. And her son could have had his father in his life because for years she didn't even tell him he had a kid. Till she saw that the son looked just like him. So now the son looks just like him. Oh, this is his kid. Guess what? Years down the line, you're a daddy. So you lost a lot of years. That's what I'm saying. Men and boys are different. But when you have these kids, you got to take care of them, man. But it's important to be in their lives. The statistics don't lie. Kids that come from fathers and mothers in the household are most less likely to go to jail or do crime. They live more productive lives. And what you have is a bunch of women trying to teach their boys how to become men. And that's very difficult to do without daddy around. How you doing, sincerely yours? Yeah, they don't want, when I make videos like this, they don't promote it. They don't push this around because they don't want that narrative out there. They want to try to silence everything that you do. So when you make videos like this, they're not trying to push it. They're not trying to hear the words like this because they rather represent the norm or what they call the rule. The rule is we're just gonna be no good and looked at and viewed as no good fellas. We want to do crime in their mindset. So when you start talking about the things that is uplifting and hey, why are we doing this? We need to try to turn it around. They don't want to hear that. If I said black men shooting all these people in the streets and Ray Ray shot Johnny Loco Dog, they'll send that all day. Anybody talking something about fixing the systems and right and taking responsibility, let's try to right the ship. They don't want to hear that. Everybody's read Deuteronomy, chapter 28. Sarita. That's right. If it's a broken home, it's hard to get things instilled. What's up, Mr. Hogan's? And that's good. And a lot of people say the women don't want the man around and all this and that. Well, it all depends. You can still, if she don't want you around, you can still see your kid. You see, this ain't about sticking it out with her if she don't want to be there. But excuse me, most of these kids or young couples, they ain't trying to be with their baby mom. I know a guy who mom forced him. She's like, "No, you finna be with that girl. Oh no, you ain't finna be out here without just having babies, and you ain't finna. No, you gonna be with her." She made that happen. But these young kids, they boys, they don't want to be. They don't want their lifestyle to change. So when they have a kid, they got to be a dad and look after them. They'll hold a baby for a while, but no, dog, this is your job now. This is your responsibility for at least 18 years. This is your job. You signed on for this. I know you want to go kick it with your boys, but you gave up that option. That child now is your important. He's your first priority. And these kids can't handle that because they don't know how to take care of themselves. Because no one ever taught them. Now imagine if you don't have a strong mother at home and you have no father at home. Then you got Kodak Black. Then you got people like that. So what happens in the neighborhood normally is a reflection of what's going on in everybody else's community. We've seen this show. Hate to use him as an example, but for him to be where he is right now, that is amazing. A guy like that, dead in jail. Unfortunately, the rule is Kodak Black, with his lack of education, his lack of knowledge of the world, lack of growing up with any type of normal household settings. Guys like him end up in jails in Ocala somewhere or dead. So the fact that he's in a position where he is, and he's not behind bars yet, and he's out doing his thing, that's amazing. Hopefully he can stay out. I know. That's the thing. I respect the guy. I respect a lot of these dudes. I might not, really deal with their music like most of these young kids. They're trying to find their way and navigate in a world where they don't understand and they think this is the way out. All these dudes that's trapping in the hood right now want to be rap stars. All these dudes make beats. Everybody making a rap song. And they want to do drugs, sell drugs, the majority of these guys, but that's not speaking for the masses of all of us. A lot of us go to work. A lot of us go to school. A lot of us do a lot of different things. We not all in the streets trapping. So that's what's pushed and promoted from us. But it's not necessarily true. Right. My grandfather was in the house. And he worked 14 hours a day sometimes, but his presence was felt. Period. He was the man of the house. I know, Chris, and they ain't talking about making his movie. It's crazy. And notice how many people have spoken about him. I'm a little small channel. This channel is so small, but when I spoke about it, that was basically the first time anybody had heard about it. They was like, dude, I ain't never heard this story before. My thing is, I don't want to have 1,000 kids running around here with the wrong women. You know, I'm dating the wrong women for the wrong reason. Exactly. When you see the most of these younger kids now, some of the younger kids, they're staying with the kids. You know, they stand in their kids' life. They doing things with their kids. It's a lot of younger kids now that's these new 22, 23-year-old dads or these 18, 19. Most of these guys are staying with their baby moms. I'm seeing a change. They're present, even if they kids is not living with them. They living at the mom's house. They go over there and get their kids. You know, they present a lot more than what I saw in the era of the '90s and the 2000s and the early 2000s. It was crazy. That's what I'm saying. These late 20s and 30s kids, they were out here foul. This dude got a baby with a girl, and he's happy that this guy is taking care of his kid. I'm hell, man. I'm glad he came along to take care. I'm like, that's your kid. He happy another guy is dating his baby moms and taking care of his kid. That's sad. Nah, I just say I know him. I ain't saying like me and him, we boys. Nah, I know of him. Oh, this one chick thought she was pregnant by me. All the way for 9 months. She didn't know to the day she had the baby. No, she was Hispanic. But the issue was she thought I knew. There's the difference. She thought I knew. She didn't know. I knew. Now I knew before she did. I'm like, look, my memory ain't bad. I wasn't drunk. So I know what I was doing. I know I used protection. I know what I was doing there. So I know for a fact I was on point. And I'm like, no. But right after we broke up, she went back to her original baby daddy. And to make sure she didn't go nowhere else, he knocked her up. So when she got pregnant again, she was just thinking, like, I don't know if it was from him or for you. No, you want it to be me. You want it to be me. But I broke up with you because you was tripping. I don't think I'm subscribed to a guy who's named that. Well, that's good, Mr. McCarthy. Exactly, but that don't mean you can't be in your kid's life. Even if she tried to block you out of your kid's life, you can go to court and get visitation. What baby? I don't know no baby mama who would be like, I don't want a break from the kid. I don't know what baby mama be like, I don't want a break. If you be like, no, I'll watch the kid, that's my son. Dude be acting like, look, man, I ain't gonna be watching your kid. I'll be like, dude, that's your kid too. Deadbeat daddy. Dude gonna talk about the other guy was like, I'm like, dude, why you let this guy's got your name, Junior? I'm like, why you let JR? Why you ain't over there with him? And why you didn't, spend more time with JR? And JR's getting all in this stuff, fighting people at school. And then he was like, man, that is my fault. I should have spent more time. But I thought, shoot, she got her grandfather over there. She got her uncles over there. He got a lot of male presence over there. That's not their job. It's your job, not them. And I was like, this is why I stay out of people's stuff. I'm just like, I asked the question, just like, why wouldn't you be more involved with JR? He got your name. Now JR's a mess. But so was his pops. So, like father, like son. That's true. Stop making babies with girls you don't want to spend your life with. I did a lot of chick who had kids. That was never the problem. I just don't like to date deadbeat moms. I met a girl who was a deadbeat mom. She was beautiful, but she was a slob. And she didn't really take care of things she should have with her kids. And I don't like that. That don't sit well with me. I mean, if you're a lady, be a lady all the way around the board.